Hello, 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 divine souls. My name is Ashley Phoenix, and I am so excited to do this announcement today. And I have some very, very special guests with me today. And so I'm going to go around the Zoom room and I'm going to ask everyone to introduce themselves, say their name, and where they are from.
Hello, my name is Michelle Andina. Where I'm from, I'm living in Santa Barbara, California right now.
I'm now going to move to Bob.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Junkie. I live just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And now I'll move to Cerise.
Hi, I'm Cerise Rizich. I'm based in the Northeast in New Jersey, in Bergen County.
Excellent. And I am located in the Sedona, Arizona area. And so the four of us are gathering today to share a very, very special announcement that we are very, very excited about. This is something called Global Lightworkers United. And this is actually a nonprofit that we are launching today. And I'd love to kind of pass it over to Michelle. I'd love for you to share a little bit about what Global Lightworkers United is and what our mission is.
Thanks, Ashley. Sure. Global Lightworkers United is a newly created nonprofit, and our goal is to unite and empower lightworkers. And I guess we're sort of assuming that everyone who's watching this already knows what a lightworker is. But for us, lightworkers are people who work with love and energy and light. And they want to make the world a better place by using often very special gifts that they have, whether it be intuition, ability to heal, divination, which means the ability to see the future. And they use those tools in order to help make the world a better place. What we've created this organization because we know that so many light workers are alone, they're isolated, they sort of live behind the curtains. They often don't let everyone know exactly who they are and what they represent and the kind of work that they're doing. And we know that they're out there. We know because we all four of us are exactly those same people. Until we all had the opportunity to meet, we didn't even have this idea. But once we met, we realized that we needed to help light workers be able to shine their light. And the best way for them to shine their light is to do it together with one another by being united and supporting one another. We've created a magnificent online platform where people can where people can unite and meet together in real time. And we've also created some very special benefits that we're offering to our light worker community, including a scholarship fund so they can attend classes and expand their knowledge. We also even have an emergency fund because we know that light workers, like everyone else, sometimes have times of trouble and need a little bit of extra support. And that's what we're here for.
So glad that you mentioned such critical points, right? There's so much in the world that sometimes makes light workers feel alone, like there aren't other people out there doing the work. And I just left a huge corporate job where I met so many light workers that are actually working within the corporate space, but they don't quite know how to market themselves or share the good news or really move into that spiritual kind of entrepreneurship that kind of exists. It's like how do you bridge the gap? And I know, Bob, this is something that you're super passionate about in regards to those unique individuals. And I'd love to hear about some of the other offerings that Global Lightworkers United has for those individuals.
Love to. Well, I've worked with a number of light workers over the years who were trying to run successful spiritual businesses. And I would say that they probably had two things in common. One was that they were phenomenal when it came to providing healing modalities and helping people. But the other thing they had in common was they really didn't know how to run a business. I mean, you're just not born knowing how to do all these things. And myself and other people have had quite a bit of experience with that. And one of the things we're really excited about with Glue is helping these light workers to build a more successful spiritual business. And some of the things that we're already helping people include digital marketing and how to set up a website, We're going to provide mentorship, and we're really going to kind of trigger the additional things that we do based on the needs that the light workers are expressing to us. But the services we're going to provide are going to be very broad, yet very deep, and they'll even include mentorship. We just want to see them be more and more successful, and in fact, be able to go full time into running their light worker business. So we're really excited about what that's going to hold for them in the future.
I love that so much. I know it's a huge prayer of mine as well, is to be able to do light work full time. And there's always this moment of a gap. And there's two things that I love that you mentioned. One is you mentioned glue. And so that's sort of our acronym for Global Lightworkers United. And that was just divinely guided. It was suddenly we realized Global Lightworkers United stands for glue, and it's actually bringing the community together. It is the glue that's bringing all of these different perspectives and different energies together. And I also love that you spoke about the mentorship. I think that's a really profound offering because, like you said, we're not always trained to be business people or how to share the good news. And there's so many light workers that are afraid to do it. I see a lot of the challenges out there where they're like 28 days of putting yourself out and just getting comfortable behind the camera. And I feel like a lot of the different things that we're doing are really to help those individuals. Thank you so much, Bob. So, Cerise, one of the other things that Bob mentioned, and I know Michelle mentioned it as well, is this community aspect because it's Global Lightworkers United. And so we're uniting lightworkers. And I'd love to hear from your perspective, what things are we providing within our space?
Happy to. Thank you. Yeah, we're not just about content and classes. A lot of Global Lightworkers United is about connection, real connection, belonging, being seen and supported by other lightworkers. And so there are two most direct ways to connect with others on the platform is through the Lightworker directory and also through Hangouts. And so the Lightworker directory is really the heart of peer-to-peer connection. Members can create a profile that showcases who they are, what they offer, and what their gifts are. And you can search for each other by specialty, location, skills, interests, healing modalities, and more. This is how lightworkers can find each other to collaborate, for referrals, friendship, support. People can message each other directly and to start building real relationships. And Hangouts are live spaces where we gather small group style and talk in real time. They're simple, casual, human. They're not classes, they're conversations. And this is where trust gets built. People share what they're working on. It can be about what they're creating, what they need support with, or what they're celebrating. It's like sitting in your living room with other awakened souls. So, just pulling it all together, if you go to Global Lightworkers United, you can find each other and build real relationships and real support through the directory and through the Hangouts.
Thank you so much. I feel like this would be a good time to sort of share with our community what this looks like. So I'm actually going to share what our platform is. And so this is our community platform. It is currently provided by Circle, the Circle platform. And so in it, you have this whole side feed that has all sorts of community playgrounds, different events and things that are happening, as well as courses and resources that exist. Some of the things that each one of us talked about. This is the general feed that shows you some up and coming events, as well as different individuals that are highlighted in different ways. And it's just a nice, clean environment. And one of the things that I really appreciate about what we're doing here is that it's free of the shadow banning and it's free of some of the algorithms that are sort of restricting the outreach of light workers in different social media spaces that we often see. And I just wanted to come back to Michelle Michelle, I know that the Lightworker directory, which Cerise mentioned, as well as this ability to host events and host member courses, I was hoping you could talk a little bit about what our members would be able to experience on our platform.
So one of the things that we strongly believe in is we are trying to create a new paradigm here. We really are. We believe that the community is powerful, and we believe that we can learn from the community. We can learn from one another. There's so much knowledge in the Lightworker community, and the more we can share with one another, the better it is. So we therefore, as Cerise mentioned, we have not created unique content. There's already so much out there. That's why we're using, our members are offering their courses on there. Our members are sharing their events on the space. We will have a few of our own Global Lightworkers United events, but the focus is absolutely on our membership and making sure that the voices of our members are heard, because that's where the power lies. The power is in the community. And I always think my visual image is always that there's one light and it gives off so much light. And you put 20 lights together, and the amount of light that can shine on the world is phenomenal. And also, when we each do that, it's like I'm a chorus member. I sing in a chorus. If I try to sing with my one little voice alone, no one's going to hear me. But if I have 20 or 30 other people around here, me, all of a sudden my voice can be heard. So those are sort of the visual images I want people to understand and realize that this is, you're part of, by joining Global Lightworkers United, you're going to be part of something much, much bigger than you are as only as one individual. So.
I love that so much, Michelle. It's true. There's just so many different things that we are doing to really help amplify the voices of light workers across the globe. And I think even beyond, connecting into the beyond, connecting into one source in so many different ways. And it's something that I'm particularly passionate about. So I'm the community coordinator for Global Lightworkers United, and I'm supporting our light workers. I'm supporting them in connecting with each other, whether you're just practicing tarot or your psychic gifts for the first time, or you're trying to learn something about spiritual entrepreneurship, and even just posting that first post in social media and getting your first client. Or if you're looking for a scholarship because maybe you're working somewhere and you just can't quite afford that yoga training that you really want to go to, that is a part of your divine purpose. That is what we are here to do to help you. And so to close, I'd love to just go around the Zoom room, and if there's anything additional that's on your heart that you'd like to share.
The world is getting just bombarded with more and more light. And with that light, there are more and more people who are awakening. And it kind of takes me back to myself many years ago when I went through that. And I went through years searching for my own spiritual path. And I felt for a long time exasperated. I felt like I was in the wilderness. And with all these people that we see awakening, we want to be there to help them. We want to be there to help them find their own way as easily and as quickly as possible. And hopefully they'll become light workers and join us as we transform the world. And we're going to be conducting guidance calls and one-on-one mentoring. And we're determined. We're determined to help transform the world. And that's one of the ways we're going to do it.
That's exactly what we're going to do. How about you, Cerise?
No matter where you are, we want you to join us. And there's magic in numbers and in unity and community. And so again, just don't underestimate the value of the community that we're building together.
I love that so much. Thank you, Cerise. How about you, Michelle?
So for me, the important thing is that this notion of building this community, it's invaluable. And we have very intentionally kept our annual membership fee extremely low priced and very reasonable. It's a very special number of $48.48 a year. And for that fee, you get access to a world, literally a world of like-minded individuals who are sharing your same vision. So we hope that everyone will join us and participate at whatever level best serves you, and knowing that when you're serving yourself and taking care of yourself, you're also taking care of others too at the same time. So.
I love that. Thank you. So, how you can learn more is by visiting our website, www.globallightworkersunited.org. You can also reach us at info@globallightworkersunited.org, or you can private message us on our social media feeds. We would absolutely love to hear from you. It was such a joy to connect with each one of you today. I hope you are blessed and well, and we will connect next time. Thank you so much.